Dobrev, His French Majesty's consul at Barcelona, Spain.
Let us say His French Majesty's ex-consul. Will the
Count will receive you, monsieur.
Thank you.
Over here, Jean.
Oh, my dear Edmund, I knew you would not fail me.
My dear friend.
Thank you for using that word, friend. For the last few days, I was wondering whether I had any friends left at all. Oh, I beg your pardon, Edmund. This is my son, Albert.
Oh, I've heard some wonderful reports of you, Albert.
And I have you, sir. I'm very proud to meet the famous Count of Monte Cristo.
Ah, you flatter me. These are my friends, Rico and Jacopo.
Happy, monsieur.
Jacopo can't talk, but he thinks a lot. And what he thinks is usually right. Won't you sit down? So the worst has happened, Jean. I received your letter.
It was to be expected, yes, Edmund. They have recalled me from Barcelona. Dismissed is the better word. After 40 years' service to France. I cannot blame the minister. I cannot blame anyone.
Except the pirates. Let's see, how many ships have they taken now?
6, all in French waters, between Barcelona and Marseille. The pirates are French, there's no doubt about that. The Spanish government is angry. It has even threatened to send a warship into Marseille. Someone had to be the scapegoat. I was the natural choice.
But my father isn't to blame.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that, Albert. But will recalling you put an end to these attacks?
It is my belief they will go on. Another ship leaves Barcelona on Tuesday, the day after tomorrow. That's why my father is here. He said, if anyone can get to the bottom of this business, you can, monsieur.
I'm happy you have such faith in me, but I'm no miracle man. What has been done officially? Well, besides recalling you, what action has been taken at Marseille?
Every ship has been searched. All the docks have been watched. But you know, Marseille, there are more ships than police. Finding the pirates is like looking for a needle in a haystack.
What about the stolen cargoes?
Always extremely valuable. And the richer the cargo, the more certain the attack. In spite of the fact that during the last few weeks, even the sailing times have been kept secret. But it makes no difference. The attacks would come as soon as a vessel entered French waters. The last cargo was fine glassware. There's an example.
Exquisite craftsmanship.
And saleable in any market.
So, what are you asking me to do?
I am not asking you to do anything. But you know Marseille, perhaps better than any man in France. If you could have some inquiries made.
Or made them myself.
Oh, I could hardly ask you to go to Marseille.
You haven't asked me. Rico, we are going.
I do not know how to thank you, Edmund.
Excuse me, Father. Count, I know my father is right. If anyone can find a solution, you can. But I know Marseille, too. I believe I could help.
Albert, I am sure the Count has his own methods.
Father, it's a question of honor. You were recalled. Won't you give me the opportunity to help clear my father's name?
There'll be 4 of us, Rico. We leave immediately.
Why this place, Count?
I hope the answer is inside.
You don't want all the doorway, fellow.
You want to argue about it? I'll go away, little man. Service, mademoiselle. Wine for the 4 of us. Make it as red as your ruby lips.
Wine, monsieur? But of course. The best?
And speaking of lips...
That's enough. That girl's mine.
Want to argue about that, too?
Just come ashore. Money in your pocket. I think you can buy the whole waterfront, huh?
Why not, if it's worth it?
I said she's mine.
Please, no fighting, monsieur.
You like his kiss is better than mine, huh?
Let it go.
I'll show you who's the boss around here.
And I'll show you how to drink wine. Here, take it, drink it. Like it? Let's go!
There, you are friends. That is right. Drink together like friends.
Who'll argue with that? Rico! Drinks for everyone! Good one! And good news, too, Marcel, I hope.
Not yet, but our agents are covering the waterfront. Anything could happen.
Are there any ships sailing tonight?
Over a score with the morning tide. This pirate ship could be any one of them.
Keep your eyes open.
Right.
More wine, monsieur?
So long as you serve it.
Ah, 6 years mine.
Go away, little man, and don't disturb me. Unless you have to.
You know that sailor?
For 15 years.
Can he help us?
Maybe. He and his friends, the dregs of the docks. The sewer rats with ears that don't miss a thing.
My father was right. You do have your own methods.
And sometimes they work. And sometimes work is a pleasure. And this is for your pretty eyes. And this is for your pretty nose.
More wine, more wine.
I told you not to disturb me.
Please, please, you are friends, remember?
I never forget a face.
Here, drink together and be friends.
Where, Marcel?
At La Roche lodging house just down the road. A very talkative sailor from a ship that's sailing just before dawn.
La Roche lodging house, huh? Let's go! We shall find better company elsewhere. Come on, Jacopo. Come on. Get away! Rico, Jacopo, stay near. Got any rooms for us? Nice sociable place.
What's the use of money if you can't spend it? Why work if you can't go ashore for a drink?
What's troubling you, sailor? They don't let you drink? Have another one on me.
On you? Not while Jacques Menard's around. You drink with me. Drinks, per se. When I want a good time, I'll have it. And all of my friends, too.
Who'll argue with that?
Pierre, Henri, Jean, Marius. They're all frightened fools. But not me.
What are they frightened of?
They're shadows.
But you're a brave man. I can see that.
Stay on the ship, the captain said to the crew. And you too, Jacques Menard, he said. But who wants to stay on the hatches in Marseille, huh?
You're right. Especially when a man is used to action.
Exactly.
But look, orders are orders. Play it smart. You've had your fun. Go back aboard before they miss you.
Yeah, I like you. Smart. You set a smart course, too. That's exactly what I'll do. Pack the sack and get aboard, and nobody knows the difference.
You're a wise man.
Pack the sack and get aboard. Pack the
Landlord,
sack
I trade.
and get
The
aboard.
coin they paid for this wine. I'll give you 5 francs for it.
Why?
Let's say I collect coins.
Then collect your own coin and get out. There's no room for you.
Spanish gold. I have no room for this either. Let's go.
Spanish crews would have Spanish gold, Count. Your sewer rats certainly keep their ears to the ground.
Yes. That's why this sailor is worth following. He's gone aboard. Le Mistral. This could be the pirate ship.
But we've no proof it is.
No, Except some Spanish gold on a drunken sailor.
What do we do now? Go to the port authorities?
Oh, the port office will be closed. And this ship sails before dawn. Perhaps to attack the Spanish vessels coming from Barcelona.
If this is the pirate, we've got to stop her sailing.
But only the owners can do that now.
Well, let's go and find the owners.
How?
That lodging house keeper looked as if he knew more than he was saying.
You're right. A very bright lad, Albert. Let's go back. Rico, have a look at our friend. Out, you two.
He'll have a sore head, but he'll be all right.
Now, why the attack? Who told you to attack us? Speak up.
What do you expect? You're strangers.
With interest in Spanish gold, huh? Maybe taken from a Spanish ship? Who owns the Mistral?
I don't know.
Who owns her? For the last time.
Rus. Gustave Rus. He's a ship owner in Marseille. He lives on the Place Sèvres.
Gustave Rus. That's good enough. Take my advice. Keep out of any more trouble. Let's go.
Where are we going?
To pay a visit to a ship owner. Pick up those weapons. We may need them. Jacopo?
Going to Gustave Rus's home.
Do we follow them?
No. That won't be necessary.
There are 2 men in there.
I tell you, Gustave, I don't like it. Neither do I understand it. Everything has gone so smoothly up till now, and suddenly...
Paul, nothing has happened and nothing will happen. It's been a successful partnership, hasn't it?
Success can last only so long. If you can explain the presence of curious men along the waterfront...
Don't lose your nerve, Fernel. We'll handle these men. And after 2 days more, we never have to worry again. Drink to it.
Those goblets. They're the same as
the ones on the last ship taken by the pirates.
Let's ask why. Good evening, gentlemen. I trust you don't object to a little social call.
What is this? You will get out of my house.
Your house? So you are Gustave Rus.
This is intolerable. Call your servants, Gustave.
I wouldn't advise any move from either of you.
What do you want? Our money?
I prefer the answer to a riddle.
What riddle?
It starts with a ship, Le Mistral, sailing before dawn, with her crew ordered to remain below hatches. It ends with a respectable ship owner drinking from a goblet taken from a Spanish ship which was attacked in French waters.
You are not a sailor? Who are you?
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo?
At your service.
Look, Count, I've heard of you. Indeed, many times. We can talk this over?
Oh, we will, monsieur, with the police. But first, where did you get this goblet?
I pick up things here and there. Wouldn't even remember.
Would the captain of the Mistral remember? would you be willing to accompany the police and myself to your ship for a little chat with the crew, shall we say? Will you lead the way?
He'll never engage in piracy again.
I'm sorry, I lost my head.
You may very well lose it, young man. At the guillotine. The police, my dear Count. Fine, if you wish it. And there will be another story to tell of an invasion of a man's home and the murder of his guests on no other basis but suspicion. Do you think anyone will believe your story?
I think so. After I've paid a visit to your ship.
She's sailing.
Yes, to attack another Spanish ship, isn't that it?
But Count, he's right. His ship is sailing and you'll have to stop her. You'll need the help of Marcel and his friends.
We will get Marcel. And we will pay a visit to your ship. Rico, you and Albert stay here with Ruse. Come on, Jacopo. And Albert, if he makes a false move, you might as well have 2 killings on your hands as 1.
Loaded. It was fortunate for the Count you didn't miss, Albert.
May I? I wouldn't make a move, Rico, if I were you.
Nor should you, since I'm in the line of fire.
Exactly. But as my partner here will testify, I never miss.
Your partner?
Gustav Rus. That bell cord should do. Timer. Sit in that chair. Beautiful. So valuable.
You work for these 2 men?
Let us say that they work for me. Well, somebody has to be the brains behind an organization. And think what a perfect position I was in. The dates of the sailings were mine for the taking. From my own father's desk.
You did this? The son of an honest servant of the government?
That's the word, servant. My father was satisfied to be a servant. But not me. I am rich already. Roos and Furnell have been building up a fortune for me.
I suppose you killed Furnell in order to get his share.
I had to kill him. If he'd fired the gun, he would have aroused the whole neighborhood. Besides, what good was 1 bullet against 3 men? Come to think of it, I should have killed you too, Roos. You blundering imbecile, leaving things like this around for all the world to see! Careful, Rico. Next time, I'll shoot.
You're mad. You're completely mad.
You think so? I'll show you how sane I am. Monte Cristo has gone to get help from Marcel and his sewer rats. My idea. It will give us time to prepare a surprise for the Count at the ship.
You can't get rid of him there. Someone might see.
Now give me more credit, will you? The ship will supply the cheese. I'll spring the mousetrap.
Take a look on board, Jacopo.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. Looks too quiet for a ship that's sailing within the hour.
Well, if you think we ought...
Oh. They have flown. He means he can't see a soul on board.
But the lamps are burning.
Let's have a look. It's Rico's cap.
There's blood on it.
Do you mean Rico? Rico!
Is your other friend too, Cristo?
What happened here?
He wouldn't know. When it came, it was too sudden. Don't move, any of you. It's about time you were cured of this habit of breaking in where you are not wanted, Count. Well, we'll make the cure a permanent one. Meanwhile, Captain, put to sea.
Aye, eyes up. Stand by.
Perhaps you'd like to know what's going to happen to you, Count. As you said, another Spanish ship is approaching French waters.
By your head rope.
She will be taken by the Mistral just as the others were. Unfortunately, we shall lose a few men. You and your friends, Count.
I see. But of course, you don't include Albert among my friends. Surely you're going to let your partner live to share the profits.
Partner?
His partner?
Come on, Albert. I know you're not really tied. Stand up.
So, you knew I was working with them. But how?
It was all too simple. A talkative sailor, there he is. So talkative that I was certain he had been sent ashore to lead us to the ship. And then a fight, which we were allowed to win much too easily. Quite a clever trap, Albert, but a little too obvious.
But it worked, didn't it? Very well. You will be present at the last act of piracy. The last because my father's dismissal stopped our source of information. But this will be the richest haul of the lot. All right. You can dispose of them, Roos. I'm going ashore.
I think not, Albert. So I'm a blundering imbecile. You shouldn't have said that, Albert.
What do you mean?
There were 3 of us in it. You killed Farnell. So now there are only 2. Why should I share with you?
You don't mean...
Leaving only 1. All right, we shall be at sea in half an hour.
But you won't be, Roos. Drop your arms.
Are you mad?
No. I took the precaution of telling the police. By this time, your ship is surrounded.
Put your hands up, Monsieur Roos, and the rest of you. Hold them up.
Thank you. Well, Rico, Jacopo, at least we can still go ashore.
Monsieur! Oh, monsieur, I heard there was trouble. I was afraid for you, monsieur.
Well, thank you, Yvonne. Thank you very much.
But what has happened? You talk differently.
Oh, but I don't act differently. Well, not very differently. Yes, John. Your son died. Killed by the pirates.
Yes, he died. But he died for France.
Yes, he died for France.
The minister has reinstated me as consul in Barcelona. I must try and get back to my work.
It'll be hard.
Not too hard. You see, I have nothing left to love now, except my country.